Yo, it's D.Arthur in the building, speaking to you guys today about why semen retention equals woman attraction, NoFap. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you click on that link in the description below and enroll in the high value blueprint. Why should you enroll in this high value blueprint? If you are a guy who may be struggling with being complacent, lack of meaning, being unpurposeful, not being on your purpose, just, going through the motions, and you want to find a sense of motivation and fulfillment in your life that can help you start putting 2024 in the right track and beyond. You want to find a deep sense of meaning and purpose and maybe direction. This will help you because I am working with a few people who are getting to that point. So click on that description and you will get, if you are the last few people to enroll, you will get a refund after a sent testimonial. With that being said, why does semen retention equal female attraction, parentheses, NoFap? Now, semen retention, now, before we get into this, there's a lot of criticism when it comes to NoFap and woman attraction. The common person thinks that people who make videos about this content are just doing it because they don't think that we get women. This is what the common man thinks. This is what the masses thinks. The unenlightened beings think. This is what they think. Now, what I have to say about that is people do different things for different reasons. In your mind, you may think that this is just, they're not good with women, so they're just going to tell themselves they're on NoFap or they're on semen retention to justify themselves. And if you're shallow enough to think this, go ahead and think that. But in terms of actual people who are looking to, solve some problems in their lives, who don't put the S3X on a pedestal, we realize that we can, eventually have S3X with the right person, but we're not putting on a pedestal enough, and we're not going to justify ourselves and validate ourselves just because we did it with somebody else. We're not that shallow thinking. The reason why we do this, I know NoFap attracts woman attraction, is because we're feeling better about ourselves. There's less lust in all of this. We're becoming more enlightened because you know what happens when you go on NoFap for a while? The semen that has been conjured up in your nutsack goes up your body. It reabsorbs in your body, and it also goes up through your brain, and now it starts changing your perspective on maybe a lot of things. You start to realize is ejaculating with even women that you're so quote unquote proud of, is that your highest form? Do you need that form of validation? That's your highest form of validation. That is your highest form of validation because that's what you put on a pedestal. You're subconsciously putting it on a pedestal still. If you're getting validated by that, you have to be. It's the only thing. You have to be valid. Keep validating yourself based off how attractive the woman that you get with. This can only be because when you do this, you're talking to your child. Your child didn't have this form of validation when he was a kid, and now since you're grown up and you can do whatever you want to do, You have to validate that inner child that you used to be. We're all like this. Now, in plain terms, how does going on NoFap actually attract more women? It attracts more women because you're feeling better about yourself. Do you not realize this? You're feeling better about yourself. You're feeling more confident about yourself. And these traits make it easier to speak to women and attract them. How is this so hard to understand? How is this so hard to understand? You have to realize this. When you've gone on NoFap for a while, different areas of your life are going to improve. How you're speaking, your vocal tonality, maybe your skin is clearing up. And now, since it's clearing up, you start to realize that you can do more things. You can get away with more things. You want more excitement in your life. You want more excitement in your life. And because you've done this, now you're able to, you can, speak to a woman more easily. When you fap recently and then you're going to speak to a woman, there's less sexual tension. There has to be, because you just give it all the way to your bed sheet. How is there going to be sexual tension if you just gave it all the way to your bed sheet? You have to realize, guys who usually don't get anywhere with women think that that conversation is logical, back and forth. They say things like you have to escalate. When you realize if you're coming from a high place already, you don't need to escalate to get to a higher place. You're already at a high place. You can take things naturally. There's no sort of escalation, yada yada, all these different things. If there is already a vibe between the two parties, things will go naturally together. There's no sort of trying to get something from her. You're already at an even playing field. You're at a high place. You're not needy. And this is the most powerful way to attract women. When you're already at a high, quote unquote, you're at a high place in yourself. You feel very good about yourself because the things that you've been doing in the past every single day have benefited you and made you feel as if you are doing good for yourself. Now, because you feel like this, the person that you talk to, you're going to feel like this about her. You're going to feel like whatever you do, it does not faze me. If there's anything that happens that you may not like, it doesn't faze me as much because my life is already good. You're bringing that already into the interaction. So now, if she gives it to you, you're cool with it. If she doesn't, you're also cool with it. This is what they fail to understand. This is what they fail to get. There's no escalation if you're already at a high point in your life. They're saying things to make this seem like it's some sort of mission on Call of Duty or something like that. They use these key terms to try to put some sort of thinking in your brain when all of this has to be some natural thing. You can take your information from whoever you want to take it from. That's all I'm saying. Now, like I said, if we're talking on a scientific level, NoFap, quote unquote, attracts women subconsciously because you're giving off masculine vibes. You're giving this is subconscious, this is all subconscious. You're giving off masculine, you're giving off energetic vibes, you're giving off charisma because you're feeling a certain way. You're giving off these traits subconsciously. This has happened before to me. I was realize what women are attracted to and what they're not. They're not attracted to lethargic, low energy. They're attracted to, they might be attracted more to, alpha male type of energy, saying how you really feel. This is what they're attracted to. And this is what starts to happen more because you're on NoFap, because you've been, you've been conjuring up all this feeling inside of you, and now you're displaying these behaviors in a natural way, even in a charismatic way if you're good enough to her, and now she feels this on a subconscious level. So NoFap attracts women because you're feeling better about yourself. There's urges in you, and now you're displaying those urges by speaking to her in a playful banter, unapologetic way. And now, because women are emotional beings, she feels emotionally that you are okay with yourself. Your internal is okay. But if you're just doing one night stands with anybody that you see that you're not even that attracted to, just to validate yourself and justify yourself, she's going to realize, maybe subconsciously, that there's something internally that's missing, and you have to overcompensate with other areas of your life, other aspects of yourself, by shouting, by putting on, just making yourself feel as if you're bigger. You have to become bigger, in a way, like shouting or being harsh or just being a very rash dude, and you're overcompensating because inside you feel small. This is exactly what it is. Anybody who has a logical thinking brain knows what I'm speaking about. Anybody who has a rational thinker understands what I'm saying. So anybody who's smart understands what I'm saying. The bottom line is, because you're feeling better about yourself, you're feeling well, and you're not feeling small. You're feeling filled. You're filled up because you've been retaining. You have a lot of intelligence. There's more vitamins. Seminal fluid. A lot of benefits to your seminal fluid. I mean, if it's powerful enough to create a human being and you're retaining it, there has to be some benefits that you do get, and you do get benefits because you're filled up with all this good stuff inside you, and now you're interacting with her. She feels these emotions that you're interacting with her on a subconscious level, and now she's just more attracted to you because of this. Now, if you fapped recently and you're talking to her, there's nothing for you to offer because you just feel shallow. You just feel low energy. There are people that specifically, fap, and they even say it, and you can even tell they have low energy. Their voice is nasally. They're out of shape. They're always pessimistic. They're unmotivated. All of these go hand in hand. You have to, but the guys, who are NoFap, who are into self improvement, who are motivated, who are into success, self improve, all these other things, they're the ones who come across as more confident. There is no coincidence between any of this. So when you go on NoFap, you're going to feel better about yourself, and you're going to transmute these emotions, these feel good emotions that you have inside you, in the interaction. So you don't feel small. You don't feel like you're missing out on something if she says no or she does something that you don't like. This is the bottom line. With that being said, comment to the video, click enroll now in the high value blueprint as soon as possible, because sooner or later there will be no more free clients, and we will see you in the next one.